the personnel decisions such as recruitments, selections, promotions, and so on. And the last is social decisions. For example, the workers will have a right in things like working hours, sanitation, and so on. Everyone, please pay attention because the following are more important points that will definitely benefit you all. So please listen here. Okay, so now let's see the methods of labor participation in management. There are three methods: participation at the board level, participation through ownership, and works committees. Now let's look at the participation at the board level. At this stage, the workers will have representative on the board so that it can help to protect the interests of workers. For example, the representative can voice out his or her opinion in matters of investment in employees' benefit schemes. And we found a real-life example, which is the government of India took the initiative and appointed workers' representative on the board of Hindustan Antibiotics Limited, HAL. HAL is actually the first drug manufacturing company which is set up by the government of India. However, there are problems of this kind of participation. First, there might be a conflict because the focus of workers' representative is totally is maybe different from the focus of remaining members of the board. Second, communication and subsequently relations between the workers' representative and the workers suffer after the formal assumed directorship. And last problem is differences in the cultural and educational background between the workers' representative and the board members. Next is participation through ownership. This involves making the workers to become shareholders of the company by suggesting them to buy equity shares. And we found an example is Alibaba, a well-known internet company in China, has offered its stock option to employees. The advantage is can make the workers not only committed to the job, but also to the organization as well. However, the drawback is effect on participation is often limited because ownership and management are two different things. Next is works committees. These are bodies on which the representation is entirely of the employees. Their role ranges from seeking information on the management's intention to a full share in decision making. However, work committees do not really enjoy success because the trade union leaders fear of the erosion of their power if such workers' body were to prevail. So our next topic is labor union. Do you all know what is labor union, or in other words, trade union? Okay, I heard somebody say yes. If yes, that is very good because you have general knowledge. But I also heard someone say no. If no, never mind because I will further explain here. For your information, labor union is actually an organization of workers who have joined together to achieve goals in areas such as wages and working conditions. And the role of labor union is to negotiate contracts and conditions with employers, keep employee satisfaction high, and protect the workers from unsafe or unfair working conditions. And for your information, there are total 4 types of labor union. First, craft unions, the earliest unions in the United States, and it represents employees in a single occupation or group of closely related occupations. Second, professional unions, group of members with highly specialized skill or they are holding a degree or license. And an example would be teachers' union. Third, industrial unions. Industrial unions represent workers across a wide range of occupation within one or more industries. And an example would be UAW, United Automobile Workers. And the last, general union. It's very common in Europe and in developing countries. It organizes workers across all occupation and industry. Next. So now we'll look at the pre-union working conditions. For information, pre-union working condition means the conditions before establishing the labor union. So the conditions are long working hours, 6 to 7 work days per week, young children are forced to work as well, and lastly, dangerous work conditions. Next. So let's see the group of labor unions. First stage, National Labour Union. It was formed in 1866 and led by William Lewis, and it mainly fight for reasonable work hours and safe working environment. Second stage, the Night of Labour. It was founded by U.S. Defense in year 1869, and it mainly fights for the rights of women and black. Last stage, the American Federation of Labor. It was founded and led by Samuel Gompers in 1886, and it fights for more pay and better conditions for specialized workers. However, after a dramatic rise of union growth until the mid-1950s, it started to decline. A few factors for the decline are changing nature of the global economy, shifting demographics of the labor force, and changing attitudes of government. And you can see from this graph, average rate of unionization in Japan from year 1947 to 2006. You can see clearly that the red line shows that the unionization rate is decreasing. While this graph shows the trade union membership and density in the United States from year 2000 to 2006. And you can see that the graph actually also shows decreasing trend. The last issue, everyone please be patient because it already last issue. So the last issue is child labor. According to estimation by U.S. Department of Labor, around 50 million children are involved in producing manufactured goods for export to USA. And 80% of child labor work in agriculture worldwide. And children make up around 7 to 12% of workforces on plantation producing commodities for export. So, child labor involves at least one of the following characteristics. First, it violates a nation's minimum age laws. For your information, different nation has different minimum age. So the US, minimum age for US is 16. And besides that, it also involves intolerable abuse such as child slavery, forced labor, and so on. And it also threatens the children's physical, mental, and emotional well-being, prevents children from going to school, and lastly, use children to undermine labor standards. In conclusion, human resource management is important because it's not only a key factor of company success, but also human capital can never be totally replaced by anything. And here is a quote from Bill Gates. Take our 20 best people away, and I will tell you that Microsoft will become an unimportant company. Before we end our presentation, we would like to show you a short video clip about child labor in India. And don't forget to think critically while you are watching this video. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wei Ching and Ms. Yong Xing'an, for your great